Hey, hey YouTubers, Andy Ditch here. Regardless of what the diagnosis on this report, the label they gave me for my problems in everyday life, whatever it is, it is. The behaviors and symptoms on this report were given with the misdiagnosis of of what the behaviors weren't. For example, you see this in a second. And before the whole reason why I'm doing this is because people on the internet are making comments about me and lying about me in a way that they want to be seen as right for everything. So don't always believe what somebody says about somebody else on the internet because they claim, and this is to prove that I never could work or live on my own, is what I'm proving to you. And I've always had these deficits and limitations that I've always had since a little boy. And we're going to get into that in a minute. So, this right here shows that in 2001, my school year, I had personal hygiene.
Bonus
I
WPCMPD
had,
number
do
0003.
not disturb that. I had personal hygiene issues. I had problems with dirty clothes. I had problems with a Tourette of mine that I had that I couldn't help, a gesture. And you can see the word inappropriate gesture in this report. You can also see how I made off-color comments to get a social interaction going because of my social communication difficulties, my difficulties with interacting. You don't see toileting or diaper or continent issues in here, but you see that they claim I was a rule breaker and that I didn't follow the rules of the classroom and teacher when actually I had trouble because of me being picked on for being in diapers, my Tourette, and my hygiene and the dirty clothes and my arm flapping and um my coughing, my clearing throat, my grunting and humming and stuff like that, and my learning difficulties and social communication challenges. And I was picked on by teachers. So what happened? I was then refusing to go to school. Why? Because I was being mistreated by my teachers. I was being picked on. Well, how do I know that? And how is that true? How do we know that's true? Because that's in this report right here. Because I ended up being put in the mental hospital because mom and dad wanted me to go to school. It says in this report. I didn't want to go to school because I was being picked on. Mom and dad didn't listen to me. I had language problems. I didn't have the words to express it at that age of what was going on and why I didn't want to go to school, other than they were picking on me, being mean. And my younger brother Joe did the same. And mom and dad didn't fight for me for the schooling and classes that I needed because Stanley Folk wanted me to go back to Summit, which is an autism school. It used to be called Language Development Program. So mom and dad made me look like a rule breaker, is what they made me look like. Because I didn't want to go to school. So mom and dad made me look like a rule breaker and other issues. And I was also prescribed DDAVP medicine for my incontinent issue, and I was prescribed diapers and had to wear diapers. I had personal hygiene issues, problems with social interaction. What you're not seeing in this report is mom and dad reported I was sexually abused as a child to the same hospital. But I'm not going into that yet on this video. This video is solely for one reason, to show people that I was 17 at this visit. And my first job was in 2003 when I was 18. And I'm proving that I was in diapers when I worked, with body odor and personal hygiene issues and needing help with wiping and getting dressed and socializing and communicating and understanding things and cooking and cleaning and sorting and structure, because my school record said I needed that help. Like my CPC records show it. Regardless what the diagnosis is or isn't, you could also start to see that my grade levels were not properly copied from the hospital report from my school record. So there's a disconnect between school and CPC here. You can also see that my IQ was not properly copied over. My IQ and grade level was much lower than what CPC reported. So you can see there's malpractice here. You can also start to see that my mom and dad reported me as being a rule breaker, defiant, because they didn't want to listen to me. I was not sexually abused. I was wanting to go to school and wanting to listen and wanting to learn, wanting to follow directions, but I needed extra help that my family did not want to give me. So I had a lot of issues. And you can see that school reports me having bipolar, depression, and anxiety and stuff like that. But you see, my diagnosis aren't that. What you see here is mom and dad lying about my sexual issues because they claim being in diapers, get diaper changes, and help with hygiene is a sexual thing rather than a medical need. Mom and dad also reported that I can't make friends and social relationship issues and the key symptoms of autism. The problem is because the doctors didn't look for the autism, they were misled by my mom and dad on everything. The hospital failed to help me here. And because of that, mom and dad has a history of doing that. And this is where nobody comes to help me to get the help that I need. So you can see school and the mental health system had no connection or communication or even care to even help me. This is my work history. How is it my work history? Right there, from Social Security. Okay, right here is the year I first started working. By the way, the 2001 one was a summer work program. That shows I'm developmentally disabled if I got a summer work program. The same in 2003, plus I worked a little bit at McDonald's. That's when I first started. Wow. July 2003, first worked at McDonald's. That's almost like not even working. The next year, same thing. Only after I start working at Wendy's did I work a little bit more. So maybe, guys, I am disabled. Maybe I had a lot of assistance to do this. You just can't go from being in diapers and having learning issues and having a double life. It don't work that way. Because if you look at my education, throughout school I had hygiene issues, problem with social interaction, and it wasn't just 1 year. It wasn't just gone and over with. Still having the issues and difficulties today. So how did I be able to get a job at McDonald's? Food safety, remember? Why would they allow someone to work when they're in diapers and pooping and peeing themselves? Huh? Because the ADA says they cannot discriminate. Also, diapers are sanitary use for people with that issue. And that is why you can work and still be in a diaper. It doesn't matter what occupation you are in. I've told you guys that before and put that in my community post. And this is where, again, I'm proving you guys a liar. If I couldn't take care of myself in 2005, when first got my apartment, or tried to live on my own, I couldn't work on without a substantial assistance with the hygiene. I couldn't live on my own either, but I tried. I've tried to work. I did the damn good job. I want to go back to work. I want to work, but I can't because of my disability. It just makes no sense why somebody would go around making lies about me like they have been doing. And people deserve to know the truth about me and everything.